Howdy folks, Timber Drifter here. Just a quick check-in video, talk a little bit about a blend I've been enjoying lately. I recently sent a very fine selection of tobaccos from Brad at Pipes and Kayaks. This is one of them, Robert McConnell Ripe Honeydew. This is probably my, I haven't been counting, but I don't know, maybe my 10th or 11th smoke of this. It's a ribbon cut. Pretty dry, but not crumbly dry. I don't know the age of it or how long it's been out of a tin. Like I say, it's not crumbly dry. And I don't know if it comes more wet in the tin or how old this tobacco is. Or you can see it's not crumbly, and it's quite a nice ribbon cut. Lovely stuff, really. Smells like sweet dry grass clippings a little bit. I looked it up a little bit. I didn't dive deep. Some sites say that it's flavored with honey. Some that it's a straight Virginia with a light topping. So I don't know. What it tastes like to me is a very mild straight Virginia. I suppose there could be something else in there, but I think it's Virginia. To me it tastes like a mild Virginia with a sweet topping. You can probably hear my pipe squeaking a little bit. There we go, got it going. That's because it's got a elderberry stem that I cut quite a few years ago. I'm on my lunch break right now. I work at home, kind of. I work in a shop on the property I live on, so I've come back to my house for lunch, and I smoked a bowl of this before lunch while I was waiting for it to cook, and now I'm enjoying another. So there's a little condensation in there. The wood, probably see here, it's absorbed quite a bit of oil and nicotine and things over the years. 2 or 3 smokes in this pipe and it starts smoking a little wet, which is alright. It's not gurgly, it's just a little noisy. But because of the cut and the dryness of this, it smokes relatively fast. I've found over the years, Virginias to me really don't need sugary coating. They tend to bite me anyway. Not all of them, but the bulk of Virginia blends bite me. So I like something that's a little drier anyway. And this doesn't bite me. Although if I freight train it, I can hit a little harsh edge on it, but I can do that with just about anything. So to me, at least the mild, what was I going to say there? To me, the sample that I have is quite a mild blend. Doesn't bite. Nice Virginia flavor with a sweetness to it that doesn't just taste like the sweetness of the Virginia. It tastes like sweetness, like sucrose, sugar syrup, something like that. I doubt it's actually honey. Maybe it is. I'm no expert. So, I like it, it's okay, or I don't like it. That's kind of my rating system. Um, it's okay. It's like a high end okay. I don't know that I would buy it, but I might. But I'm not going to go in search of all the tins I can find and buy a pallet of it. I'm enjoying it. I tend to like very mild blends. Not as a general rule, I kind of like the very flavorful blends and the very mild blends. It's the stuff in between that doesn't interest me a whole lot. All those English blends that almost taste all pretty close to tasting alike with maybe subtle changes here and there, that doesn't interest me a whole lot. Although most of them are pleasant enough to smoke. So I believe today is the 19th of October of the year 2020. Been a hell of a year, huh? I've made a lot of videos in the last 2 months, and I've deleted every single one of them. For the simple reason that I can't seem to turn the camera on without ranting, getting pissed off. I'm not going to go there in this video. And maybe I won't, period. But it isn't worth my time to behave that way. And it isn't worth your time to watch me behave that way. As much as it might be comical or upsetting to you. So, check in with a little bit of impressions of a blend, and on a lovely, very quiet fall day. We've had so much wind for so long that and rain and snow, that it's strange to hear nothing, no wind. A very occasional bird or squirrel, but rarely. I can hear traffic noises miles away. Somebody running a chainsaw to the southeast, probably a mile or more away. And a chickadee hopping in the leaves over there. But otherwise it's just quiet. So before I start ranting about shit, I'm going to get back to the tobacco here. Try not to keep this video from going on too long. Got another one in mind coming up soon. This pipe is a glazed ceramic pipe. which is nice. It's I smoke it quite a bit actually in the wintertime, more than the summer, and I can wash it out, so there's no residue of anything left in the bowl. So, although there is in the stem, but I have 3 stems that I use, and when they get too dark and greasy like this one's getting, I just pull them out and shorten them a little bit, cut that off. So it's kind of a tasting pipe, and I do like smoking Virginias, the cleanest Virginias I can get. I like smoking in this pipe without much flavoring or other things added to them. Burley always comes out tasting a bit harsh and funky in this glazed clay. So it's pretty much a dedicated Virginia pipe. I wish there was more of this kind of thing around, glazed clays. I don't know how old this one is. There's a lot of these around. I think maybe even J.S. Townsend sells something like this, and I've got another one that's unglazed. I bought this in Pennsylvania, and who knows the truth of this or not, but I was told it came from a archaeological site, and that it was supposedly from the first half of the 19th century, and that there were lots and lots of these and other kinds of clays that they dug up there, and they sold them pretty cheap. I think thousands of them, they said. So I don't know if that's true or not. It does look old. It does meet the examples of other clays I've seen from that period, but it also might be a 20th century reproduction. There's no way of telling. Either way, I didn't pay much for it, and I enjoy smoking it. It does its job. So what is honeydew tobacco? Another one that I have not done a deep dive on. My first experience with honeydew tobacco was reading it referred to in a Sherlock Holmes story. And I think the reference there was they came across a tin or a container that had held honeydew tobacco. And of course, I used to enjoy McClellan's 221B series, the honeydew blend that they had, and I'm out of that, and Brad also sent me a bag of that, quite a sizable bag. So I'm looking forward to digging into that again. That one always bit me a little bit, so I had to smoke it really slow, but it's a wonderful flavor. So what I know of honeydew is it's a sugary substance excreted by aphids as they eat. You know, they eat and it comes out the back end. It's the little droplets on leaves where aphids have been feeding. And I have seen honeybees appear to be lapping up those droplets on plants that were infested with aphids. I've also read that ants cultivate aphids to feed on the honeydew. As far as I know, ants are the only other creatures that keep livestock and cultivate. I think they only cultivate fungi. I don't know if they cultivate any kind of vegetable material, but they're farmers and livestock keepers. I think they're the only ones besides humans. You all chime in if you know of another creature that does that. I also think they might be the largest insect mass on the planet. They used to be. I don't know. I have to look that up again. So my reference to honeydew is a sugary liquid produced by aphids as they feed that appears as a clear droplet on the leaf of what they're feeding on. And there is a type of aphid that infests tobacco crops. And since honeydew, the use of the word honeydew in relation to tobacco goes back pretty far, I have wondered if if a honeydew tobacco might be the leaves of a plant that had been infested by aphids, then perhaps it would have more sugar and be sweeter. No, I don't know that for sure. It's just a pondering that I've had. I understand that the British use the term honeydew more in relation to the cut of a tobacco, in the old days anyway. So I don't know. I haven't really researched into it, and I don't even know where you would look to find information like that. Perhaps some forums, but you can't trust what you read on forums for the large part. You have to have your bullshit detector working. So I don't know. It's just a thought. How far back does the term honeydew go to refer to droplets produced by aphids, and what does that have to do with the relation to people curing and smoking tobacco? I don't know. Just a thought. Of course, there's also the honeydew melon. If you read on the tobacco reviews, any kind of tobacco like Dan Tobacco honeydew or this Robert McConnell or McClelland, and I think there used to be more honeydew tobaccos that you can read about on tobacco reviews. Occasionally you'll find someone, more often than not I guess, I remember reading quite a few when I was looking up the Dan Tobacco honeydew that expected it to be flavored with honeydew like the melon flavoring, and therefore they tasted that when they smoked it. And I'm fairly certain none of these tobaccos are flavored with anything resembling honeydew melon flavoring. But again, I can't substantiate that. I may be wrong. It's an old term, I do know that, in relation to tobacco to be smoked. Maybe chewed too, I don't know. But I think when the British used that term, it had more to do with like a shag cut. But I'm not sure about that either. So who knows? I may be just spreading a whole lot of nonsense, and it's up to you folks whether you believe it or not. Holy crap, we're at 17 minutes and 30 seconds. Alright, I gotta get back to work. Y'all take care. Go outside.